Hi, today we will take a look at how you can generate PDF file from a Notion database. So as you can see in the background, I have got a callback form wherein the user can fill in the details in this particular form. And once they click on submit, the responses go to the responses side in this particular database. I've already gone ahead and I have created two different responses for this callback form. What I want to do is I want to create a PDF file completely on automation for every response that gets captured onto this particular database. So I will be using a setup with a tool known as PDF output. So PDF output will help you create PDFs on automation from a Google document with the help of a Notion database. So let's understand how this will work. Click on create PDF and simply sign in over here. So I'm going to quickly sign in and then we will understand how this automation will work. Okay. So now you can see I have already signed in, and inside this I have two things to figure out. First is the Notion database, then is the Google document. So I need to add the database over here, then I need to add the document, and finally I can map the properties of the database that we will create with the document to create the automation setup. So click on this drop down for Notion database and click on add Notion database. This will allow you to add the database which you can use for the setup. Okay. So I will go back to my Notion workspace. I will copy the title that of the database which I have, which is callback form. So let me copy the entire title over here. Then I can click on next over here, and then I'm given two options. If I'm choosing the first option, this will create a copy of a Notion database onto my workspace, which will be a demo database which I can use for the testing purpose. So use this option if you want to test out PDF output, but I already have a database available. So I will click on select pages, and again I'll click on select pages. And now the database title which I have copied, I will put it inside the search pages. Okay. So it will show me the entire database which I can add. So click on this to add the database, and it is correctly added over here, which I want to use. Okay. So always and always when you're adding a database, just copy the database title and put it inside the search pages to add the database. Do not add the database by selecting this top level pages that you see over here. So if your database is inside a page, do not add the page directly from here. Always and always add the database through search pages. This will be a beautiful experience, and you will always be able to see the database correctly without any intervention. Okay, that is my recommendation to you. Besides this, if you are adding any database which has a relation and roller properties added to it, so make sure you're adding all the main database as well as relational databases to it as well. So let's say my callback form is connected to database A and database B. So I need to add the callback form. I need to add the database A. I need to add the database B as well. Okay. So I need to add the three databases so that my relation and roller properties are visible correctly in the PDF file which will be generated. So always add all the databases which you are using, even the relational databases which are connected to the main databases. Okay. So let's click on allow access now, and my database which is being added will be reflected over here. Okay. So let's wait for a few seconds. If your database is not visible, simply refresh once or twice. The database will automatically be visible, and then you can use it for the automation step. So I'm just going to refresh once again, and then we will be able to see the database populate over here. Sometimes it takes a while to load the database, so this is just a matter of time. So you can see the callback form appearing here. Click on this. If you scroll down, you will be able to see all the properties of the callback form which we have created over here. So we have the question, company, email, first name, everything is visible over here, which can be used for the mapping section to create the PDFs. So next is add the Google document. So click on add Google document. If you already have an existing document, click on this option, and you will be add an existing document which you have on your drive. But I don't have any existing documents. So I'll click on add demo document, and it will create me a demo document right away, which I can use for the automation setup. So it is going to load the document for me, and then we will be able to understand how we can set it up. So let me remove this top part which I do not need. So now I can see all the properties of the Notion database are correctly set up over here inside double curly brackets. So anything that you see inside double curly brackets are the same properties which we have on the database, and this will automatically be mapped to the database to fetch the values and create the PDFs out of it. Okay. So if you want to manually map any property, let's say I want to add the last name to this document, I can click on copy. It will copy the last name value. I can go to the document and I can use Control V or Command V on my keyboard to paste it anywhere. Okay. This is how simple and easy it is to map the values. So let's say I want to map the first name. Click on copy and go to any place and use Control V or Command V on your keyboard. This will help you map the values of the database onto the document. Okay. But I already have all the mapping syntax. I do not need to do that. One more thing is that you want to name the PDF file of how it should look like. Okay, so all my PDF will be created with the reference to the first name that we see over here. So anything that we have in the first name value, the PDF file will be generated as per that name. So I will select first name from this list, and all the files will be created as per the first name. One more thing to see over here is that if you scroll to the right side of the database, you have this generate PDF as well as PDF file. Anything which is marked as ready to generate, the PDF file will be only created for those specific records, and the PDF files will be stored right inside this PDF file column which you see over here. Okay, so make sure you are setting your records to ready to generate whichever you want to turn into PDF file, and then you can click on download PDF over here, which will help us download the PDF file right inside the database. So let us wait for a few seconds, and then the PDF file will be created right over here. It will also download the PDFs onto the downloads folder, but now you can see the first file is already out. So let me click on this, and now you will be able to see all the submissions have been mapped correctly from the database, and everything is visible over here. Let me open up the second one as well. So we have both the PDFs which have been created, and everything has been correctly mapped as per the values that we have in the database. Okay, so this is how the PDF output generates the PDF files. But a beautiful thing is that once everything is set up, click on setup Notion automation, and now you do not need to come back to PDF output ever again to download the files like we did right now. All you need to do is simply add the records and mark the records as ready to generate. The PDF file will be created right over here inside the database. So once everything is set up on the automation side as we did, just click on setup Notion automation, and you do not need to come back to PDF output ever again. You can keep on adding records over here and set it to ready to generate. The PDF file will be automatically created for you. So whenever a user would submit a response from the here, you can just turn it to ready to generate, and the PDF files will automatically be captured over here for a use case. This is completely hands free, and it happens real time. It happens within few seconds, so that you do not need to juggle between PDF output and the database ever again. Okay, so I hope this explanation was helpful to you. If you still have questions, use this chat bubble at the bottom of the page. You can send me queries on this, or else you can use the contact section which I have at the bottom of the home page, which can be used to connect with me through your email. Okay, so send me a message over here. You even have an option to book a free demo, so any demo that you want to have of the tool, I will be able to assist you on that. So let me know if you need help in that aspect as well. Okay, and you can see it has already started processing this file while we were having the demonstration, and it will